Alright, everybody. Welcome back, fellow Varnished, to the playthrough of Elden Ring. We're playing as Justin Greymere, Baron of the Blue Hills, and the idea is that of a stealth mage. He only uses the Staff of Loss, one in each hand, and only deals in visibility magic. And we're here in the Impaler's Catacombs. Let's take a look at the stats real quick. It's New Game Plus, so this is what they are. We'll be leveling up Vigor mostly right now. And there's all the night sorceries, or I'm sorry, not the night sorceries, the invisibility sorceries. Let's take a look at the equipment. There's two staffs of, the two staves of loss, I suppose. The Misericord is not to be used for melee, only for critical hits and sending glowing skeletons to their final reward. And the armor is set up sort of, it's sort of a stealth build because all the invisibility sorcerers are kind of stealthy, so it's a stealth mage. And these are the talismans. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change this. I did some research. I found out that the arrow reach talisman does not affect Night Comet like I thought, but it affects ambush shard. So that's interesting. I think there's a imp here that's going to come up. There you are. Sit down. Now what we're going to try to do, there's an imp there. Let's see what the ambush shard does. Down he went into the abyss. So that worked out pretty well. For me anyway, not so much for the imp. So we're going to do this. Now, I know this catacomb. This is the first time this character's played it, though. I didn't find it in my first playthrough. But I know it's in here because one of the subscribers, whose name, or what he's called is I'm Not Great, he just did this in his new game playthrough. So I remember the end boss is a Erdtree Burial Watchdog with a bunch of imps around him. And the fun thing to do with them, which hopefully I can demonstrate without dying. I've died so many times with that boss because the imps are just relentless. But you use crystal darts, and when you throw them at golems and imps, they go crazy, and they attack the nearest thing. Let me turn on my light. Whee. All right. Now let's see. Okay, that was... Well, using it twice didn't hurt. I got plenty of fighters and the guy in here. I hear him. There we go. Get the Grave Glovewort. Okay, so in an earlier, there's the room that goes up and down. Yeah, we'll go this way. I feel like there's somebody right around this corner. Maybe not. Don't see anybody. Beware of right. Beware of right. There he is. Hiding. How did that second one miss him? How irritating. Let's take a drink. Anyway, one of my earlier videos, I was talking about my philosophy about cussing. I don't really particularly mind cuss words themselves. I was referencing George Carlin. And I'll do gentle cussing a little bit, but sometimes it surprises you. I'll let one out. But George Carlin was very funny, and he had a very, very interesting and I think salient point. And his point was that his bit was called the seven, like the 7 words you can't say in radio or on TV or whatever. I don't remember exactly. But it was very off color because it mentioned, I mean, his actually saying all 8 or 7 or 8 words, right? And they're probably very off color. But his point was that why are those bad words? Well, it's only bad just because someone said, well, that's a bad word. And there's no other, there's really no other reason for that. I'm going to try not to get multiples. Yeah. And so I thought it was interesting. So, I mean, just because someone says something's a bad word, why does that make it a bad word? You know? But I love where the comic goes for everybody. It feels like they just eternally keep coming up, but they eventually will stop. Let's see if he's going to get another person come up. Maybe not. Well, you just get the shard. I was trying to be too fancy. His death animation was delayed. So anyway, I thought that was a very good point by George Carlin. He did it in a very funny way. But the words are not intrinsically bad, and the society has said, well, this was a bad word, you know, and I missed the one guy. Why does that make it a bad word? And just because society said it. So, and you can look at certain words. That have changed meaning over the years. You know, like you look at the word gay. Well, that used to mean happy. And now it means, homosexual. No, so much changed. And so you say, well, is that principally a bad word then? No, it's changed the meaning. The F word, that evidently started out as a term for farmers planting in fields. So, like, putting seed in the fields, which makes sense as to why I'm about to give up on killing all these guys. I guess they're pretty good. Let's get this last guy. Alright. They may be infinite. I don't know. Didn't think they were, but maybe they are. And somebody's going to pop out here. I think it's more dudes. So that's the thing, is society says words are bad, and really the concept is when you're approaching something, it actually comes from your heart. It's your personal heart. So I got out of the Army. The language in the Army, believe it or not, is very blue. The F word is used a lot, and for very many things, and sometimes it seems like it's about every other word, and you become a little bit dead to it in some ways. Like You know, so, you know, when I was out of the Army, I'd hear someone, like they say, be wary of the left. They wouldn't say that, but that's what that sounds. Oh, you so-and-so. Alright, that earned him a good. So the point is people insert cuss words sometimes just, I don't know, as a colloquialism, is the way they talk. They're not really cursing anything. So, you know, for instance, I might hear someone say, you know, let's say we're in a crowd and they say, you know, I'm going to move the effing chair. But they say the F word. And then, you know, I see people actually, what? You know, like, well, what's wrong? Like, what? Did you already say? I said, yeah, he's going to move the chair. And he's like, no, he said he's going to move the effing chair. Like, I didn't even notice. Right? And that's, I'm not saying that in a proud way. That's probably not great. But the point is they weren't really particularly cursing. And just society has made those curse words. They say they're bad words. Like, for instance, why is it okay to say poop? But saying shit, that's cussing. You know, it doesn't make any sense. It's odd. It's just societal. So the only place I really draw the line is take the Lord's name in vain. Whether you're Christian or not, or Muslim, or whatever you might be, that's the kind of cursing that might have more eternal consequences. So I'd stay away from it. But anyway, when I got out of the Army, I realized I was using some colorful metaphors, let's say, and I went to started using sort of preschool cussing, like poopy darn and oh, gob smack it or whatever, right? And people are like, oh, that's just kind of funny. A grown man using like preschool toddler cussing words, you know. But what I realized is, if the curse is already in your heart and you're saying it, even if it's preschool, well, the problem is within you, right? It's not the words themselves. So even if you say poopy darn, if you're cursing someone, then you're cursing them whatever word you use, because society says these words are bad, which doesn't make them bad, but also your heart can make words bad that aren't that would otherwise be bad. So anyway, so that's the idea. And so anyway, I was going to cover that in the last video. It's just philosophical of how I look at cussing. The words themselves don't bother me, and 90% of the time people aren't actually cursing. They're just using emphasis or something like that. But I could also be wrong. I'm open to comments on it, but that's just how I look at it. Okay, so when we go in here, I'm going to try. I'm going to get my stuff over here. I'm going to try to infect some of the people in here with crystal darts. I should have him selected. Alright, he's infected. Actually, I killed him. Oh, mother there. We're coming to the closest thing. I'm hoping we can beat him. Alright, he's enraged now. I don't know why that guy is still attacking me. It's just time to take him out now. Woo! I need to get to the imp. Oh, the watch car landed on. How unfortunate. I'm dead. No, I'm not. I'm the stealth man. I am going to switch to the helmet. Boom. Bye. Shot you out of midair. I got the Human Ashes, which I will not use. So anyway, that's kind of a fun way to do that. Turn them crazy and let them kill each other. So the Impaler's Catacombs are done. And thank you for indulging me on my philosophical discussions. I